Hello, it's Tuesday, and the weather, looking outdoors, seems to be quite nice. So I'm going to chat to you. I wanted to chat to you about what is really going on in the world today. It's been a bit, and I'm not going to say it's been scary. It hasn't been scary. It's been bewildering. I think that's the best way I can put it. Every time I read a paper or watch the news or anything, it's like, what is going on? Now, we have all been almost herded into this sense of fear, this sense of who cares, this sense of it's all about me. And I think that somewhere along the line, some of the empowerment messages we've been given have become a little skewed. For a long time now, certainly I think within the last 10, possibly even 20 years, and I've seen this from working in the voluntary sector and seen it in terms of empowering women and empowering anybody really, that they've taken the word power and almost run with this sense that they have the power to do what they like. And to a certain degree, yes, everybody should own their own power. But power is not about thrusting it in somebody else's face, demanding that the world is seen through their eyes, this insistence that what everybody does has some sort of alternative or, sort of agenda to it. And we're getting to a point now where you can't open your mouth, history is being rewritten, people are demanding that they know best. It's almost like these mini rebellions are going on, and they're using social media and the news outlets and TV and everything like that to create this noisy sort of rebellion. And the problem is that because so many people are disempowered, they grab that and run with it because it gives them a sense of belonging. It gives them a sense of, I'm something bigger than just me. And therein lies, it's not a problem, it hasn't been given an answer. We haven't given an answer to these people that feel so disempowered and angry and afraid. We haven't taught them that the only power they can truly own is the power within themselves to see the world as a bigger place, to see beyond themselves, if you like, to be aware of what's going on around them, to be aware of how their behavior impacts on other people. Now, I'm not saying for a minute that things, are perfect and nothing needs to change. Of course it does. Of course, a lot needs to change. Our politics are just beyond a joke now. We live in an age where everybody is really materialistic. The rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer. Everybody wants what everybody else has. And nobody seems to be looking within themselves and saying, how much of this do I really want? Truly want? Boris Johnson spent years trying to be Prime Minister. Years. He finally gets it. I bet he doesn't want it now. The thing is, we think we know what we want sometimes because it seems bigger and better than what we've got at the moment. But it's like anything, if you don't audit what you've got, how do you know what you need or want? And 9 times out of 10, I would argue that when people are shouting and screaming and stamping their feet and demanding change and getting violent with the world, if they truly looked at what they wanted, what they needed, it's a sense of belonging. it's a fairness, it's an equality, it's about being included. It's all those things that we wanted when we were kids playing in the playground. I wasn't a popular kid. I was the one that was in the corner, wishing I had more friends and then hoping nobody noticed me. You know, a school playground is a vicious battle to be in. And I remember that sense of wanting to be part of the popular crowd. I wanted to be with the pretty kids, and I wanted to be sort of invited to all the parties and things like that. Yet, on reflection, looking back, I had absolutely nothing in common with any of them. Even at that age, it just wasn't where I was supposed to be. And growing up, I was always looking for where I belonged. Why didn't I belong? I got on the outside. It got quite dramatic at some point. I was right on the outside. Nobody loved me. Well, totally untrue. Completely untrue. Of course we belong. The universe has made sure we belong because we are here. We have chosen to be here, so we belong. What we need to find is the purpose, our purpose for being here and belonging. And that's a difficult thing to do when you feel that the world is against you and you're struggling just to feed the kids or to keep a roof over your head, or you've got mental health issues and you're on the streets. And yeah, life is shit sometimes. Excuse my language, but it really is for a lot of people. And some people have it really good. But that's not the point. Life in itself isn't supposed to be fair. Life is a lesson for us all to learn. And whatever circumstance we find ourselves in, we do have the ability to change that. And for those people who don't have that ability, you know, people with mental health, people with disabilities, people, then it's up to us. And there are people whose purpose it is to support and help those people. And I'm telling you now, you can't do that by jumping up and down and screaming because nobody can hear you. We can't see past the politics and the violence. We can't hear what it is you're trying to say to us. The only way to be truly heard is to understand what it is you're trying to say, to understand where you belong in the world and the universe and your purpose in it, and to live that purpose. And stop trying to make the world a fair place. It's never going to happen. It isn't. There will always be unfairness. If we were all had exactly the same amount of money in life, we would want something somebody else had. If we all lived in a perfectly livable home with enough bedrooms for the family, some of us would want something extra. It is the way humans work. And at the moment, because we are being herded so much by politics and fear, we are seriously losing our purpose. We are losing the battle of what life is all about. Because we're either fighting that need to be herded, or we're blindly going towards it. We can't do either. We will have to stop and ask ourselves really vital questions. How does this affect me? And how do I affect other people? How does my behavior impact on the rest of the world, on my family, on my neighbors, on my friends? I'm not saying you shouldn't be out there fighting for freedoms and fighting for other people. But fight with a purpose. Fight understanding your place. And fight knowing that life isn't fair. None of us come out of it alive. but all of us come out of it having learned something. So go and learn the lessons of today. Find out what it is you are doing in this world and why. And when you know that, enjoy.